Well, just pulled up to the spot. Gonna pack our packs, load up, and hike in.
Let's get after it. Snow's getting a lot thicker through here.
Big man got a little hot. Now he's doing some primal hunting. We're gonna look for whatever the best place is to get out of the wind to make our shelter. So. If I get too hungry tonight, got 300 pounds of Alaskan purebred beef and fat, so that shouldn't be a problem for me at least. Drew might not like it, but
Could be the wind's coming over this way, so we want to get on the opposite side of that to shield from the wind. So it looks like we're gonna go down here on this side of the mountain, for protection from the wind. Got the great keel potter heading down the hill right now, scoping out some potential spots.
So the structure Drew and I are gonna build is called a lean-to. Basically, you build half a tent and then put the fire in front of it and crawl in. And so something like this here, where we have one tree, two tree kind of close together, we could put a support beam across the top here, and then you put logs and sticks and covering that way. And I would say build the fire here. Just getting all of our stuff out. We found what we think is gonna be our shelter right behind Drew, and just gonna start getting the stuff together that we need to start building it. Got our axe, shovel, got a couple saws in my bag, hatchet, knife. A bit of a rock issue here, right where we want to lay. Wanted Drew to just man up and use it as a pillow, but he didn't really want to, I guess. So we're gonna try to chip it out a bit without destroying the backside of our axe. Oh,
Nice.
So while Drew keeps shoveling away, trying to clear all the snow, I'm gonna go try to find the beam for the top of our shelter. Needs to be pretty strong because it'll bear most of the weight. Worried about filming with an iPhone, not a GoPro. Should be pretty good though. Sweet. Now what we'll do is take this here, gonna fasten it like this, and then the rest of our sticks coming down like this to make half of a little A-frame. Just gonna take our paracord and start trying to fasten this our support beam across the top.
So Keel's setting up some support beams right now. Trying to add a little more stability.
There you go, Drew. Brought over those big logs, chopped them up for the trees we pushed down. And then we got our trusty $5 tarp, laid it underneath just so that when these logs thaw out and if any snow melts, we won't get dripped on in the middle of the night.
Well, that makes things better.
Ugh, nacheri. There she is. So much anger. Release the anger, Drew.
Ah!
You got it. So there's this big fallen over tree. So our plan is to saw off and axe off some of its branches and use these pine needles as part of the covering. I'm not gonna show you exactly the damage, but took my gloves off because the snow had made them pretty wet, and that would be my thumbnail. And so now there's quite a bit of blood, but yeah, maybe we'll get a little furry visitor tonight looking for a bloody snack.
A little bit of a massacre over here.
We're just gonna start slowly filling it in. Now you might think that the tarp's already there, so why do this? But the tarp's not gonna hold in a lot of heat, and with me and Drew's body heat plus the fire, these pine needles will help trap some of the heat underneath the tarp. Sticks all around the sides. Try to close it all in. Still need to maybe add a couple more, there's a couple gaps, but we've laid our second tarp down as a barrier from the frozen ground. Blowing up our little sleeping pads right now. Throw our sleeping bags in there and shelter will be done. Then we can start on our fire. Sleeping pads are down, tarps down, sleeping bags are in, bags are in there. What do you think?
Some start fire.
Working on sawing these pieces down. They're kind of frozen, but they'll burn once they thaw out. Drew's over there breaking down a dead tree. It's got a bunch of dead dry limbs on it, so just starting to build the firewood collection. Now, we are not sponsored by these guys at all, but this Silky F100 saw is pretty unbelievable for how small it is. A good start to our firewood here. Starting to build our reflector wall. Drew's out getting some more rocks. Make that a little bigger just to shoot all that heat directly into camp. But we're hungry, so it's time to start a little fire. I got my cotton ball there. So even though it's early, me and Drew are both hungry. It's about 3:45. Decided to make the fire. Got our fire wall up, our reflector wall. Try to shoot some of that heat into our camp. My dad's gonna watch us and tell me we made our things too tall too. We're gonna let a bunch of heat out, just as we did the first time we made one, but it's hard, man. You want room. Pretty soon here we're gonna get some food rolling. Here's our little pantry. Steaks for tonight, bacon for the morning. We got our cast iron, some honey, some butter, eggs. Eating like kings. How you feeling, Drew?
Feeling great. Get that fire out here.
Yeah. Fires immediately makes things better. Just took a pot of water off the thing here. Got it boiling. Oh, there goes that. That's all right. Our little table we constructed. Put some boiling water on it. Got it all hot and clean. And then we just took some of our Irish butter, threw it in this cast iron that we got. Toast that up a bit. Just gonna throw some honey on it and call it good. Some of that 100% raw honey. Snack time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. This is actually shockingly good.
Yeah, that'll play.
The Irish butter.
I don't know what the Irish do different, but
I like it.
that's some good butter. Your foot's in the fire, Drew. Yeah.
Should we make another one?
We started with dessert for sure. That is wonderful.
You like sourdough? That's what that was.
I do like sourdough. That didn't taste very sourdough.
Yeah.
I will say I think sourdough is extremely overrated. I like it, but people go crazy over sourdough.
You gotta have like homemade sourdough. It also is different every place. You heard about that? Because you know how it works?
How does sourdough work?
Well, like, you have a sourdough starter,
Sure.
and like it doesn't use yeast, so like you use the same starter. So like every time you make a batch, you leave a little bit over from the last time, and you put that in, and then
Gotcha.
and it's like a bacteria. So like every bacteria is gonna be different in every place.
Sure.
Develop a different environment. So like if you go to different parts of the world, sourdough will taste different.
Or what Irish butter on Irish sourdough tastes like.
Oh, yeah, Irish sourdough.
Yeah, I'm gonna need some more of that. I'm gonna boil my thing. I think we should have that too, and split that. It'd be really good.
Okay.
Take off the boiling water now and throw it into the little pre-made, freeze-dried beef stroganoff. That will be true lunch. Says to add about 2 cups, cup and a third. Mix it up. Oh, wait. Red butter and honey was great, but a little more protein in that. So we got some freeze-dried beef stroganoff. It's really yummy. I'm just gonna eat out of this.
Okay.
I don't know how hot it's still gonna be, but oh.
It's good. Thanks, Skill. Thank you, God.
I'm excited for that cheese. Back hurts from being bent over, so pause.
What kind of cheese did you get?
An Old Croc sharp cheddar.
Does it come? We had that one time when.
It's similar. It's the same company, but I think that one might be like extra sharp. So yeah, it's gonna taste the same. There's a pine needle in that. That's all right. It's a shame, Drew,
What is?
that only one of us will be leaving this place.
Buddy.
There will only be one survivor.
I would pity you.
I'll tell your family you were a good man. They'll call you the Big Fink. Well, we had our beef stroganoff. It was great. You can see the sun's just kind of starting to set over there. Drew's still sawing away. Got another dead tree that we're sawing up. You can see a lot of it here. Trying to build the stockpile while also building that shield. Try to keep as much of the heat in as possible. I'm just trying to dry this out a little more. Got our kindling pile. This is our view. Shelter's doing good. Fire's cooking. We got plenty of wood. Sun's setting, so me and Drew are gonna go check it out. We missed the pretty part of it, but sitting up here on these rocks, just listening for animals and waiting until it's dark enough to say it's dinner time.
Got Keel perched up there on the mount. Look in the valley.
Tonight's menu, tri-tip. Gonna throw them down to a rock, get them ready. We got our cast iron getting hot on the fire there. There we have it. Rock of meat. Get our butter. Good old Irish butter. Big old slab of butter. Yeah, I think that's hot. Got our Drew Dragon blue plate that we'll be using for our steak tonight. Brought to you by our friend Kiki. She made this for Drew one night. Looks really good. that butter on. Lather's up with butter. Let's cook.
Got our Old Crock cheese. One of our personal favorites.
And there's dinner. Tri-tip, smoking, blueberries, and Old Crock cheese. We got more to cook, but Drew and I are just gonna enjoy our little rock charcuterie board first. Mmm. All right, well, we ate. We got fire. Pretty cozy bed. The Philosopher King's just doing some reading. What do you got here, Drew?
Little Boethius, Constellations of Philosophy.
Just doing a little studying of the brain, a little learning how to think. I'm just kind of snoozing and listening to some random points that he gives me every once in a while. Pretty good.
Got a good fire. Got all of our wood nice and stacked so we can put it on as the night goes on. And
Probably kick the lights off pretty soon here and hit the hay. Well, we made it through the night. Drew's conked out, take out the whole shelter, but fire through the night and we didn't freeze to death, so here you go. So Drew is completely knocked out, snoring as loud as he always does, but I think the smell of his bacon on the fire will probably wake him up pretty quick. That's awesome. Drew really liked it. Can't get out of bed, but he really liked the bacon.
damn, that's good.
This morning's charcuterie board. Some of that cheese, bacon, eggs, piece of bread, all that good old cheddar sprinkled on the eggs. What do you think?
Good. Really good. Gil couldn't finish his breakfast this morning, so.
That's funny. It's cute. Well, we're all packed up, minus just got to get the paracord off, deconstruct the fort, take the tarp, burn up the rest of our firewood, and hit the road. shelter completely broken down. Bunch of snow on the fire. As our guy at Outdoor Boys tells us, never leave big piles of stuff that'll dry and potentially cause a fire in the summer. So all scattered out, hit the road.
Well, I'd call that a successful adventure.
Yep, first one in the books.
I spent some time outside, with my friend.
Learned a couple things.
Yep.
Be excited to get after the next one.
Thanks for watching, guys.